So get to that.
You know what, hold on. I'm sure there are other people here that may want to get up, and so and I get that. I would not exist if it weren't people who were active in protesting injustice. So I understand that. I actually write about the issue of what has been happening in Gaza in my book. And I will tell you, a lot of what this process has been for me has been about reflection. Look, we should have done more as an administration. We should have done more. We should have spoken publicly about our criticism of the way that Netanyahu and his government were executing this war. We had more levers in terms of leverage that we did not use. And I write about this in the book. I look at this moment and I am happy that there is a ceasefire. We will see how long it lasts, that the hostages have been returned, but let's be very clear that the inhuman nature of what has happened to the Palestinian people in Gaza, the innocent civilians, the extent of hunger, famine, suffering, death, is something that we must acknowledge. And I recognize that. I write about in the book, I gave a speech 5 months into the war at the foot of the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Bloody Sunday. And I spoke publicly, the highest official in the country, about the starvation that was happening in Gaza. In fact, I also write in the book about how there were plenty of folks in the White House that were not happy about me speaking out that way. But I did. So I understand the feeling and the emotion behind the folks who have spoken out tonight. We have work to do. We need to ensure, and I also have noticed how this administration not only gave a blank check to Netanyahu for the first 9 months, but also have shown no commitment to the day after in terms of the security of the people of that region, but in particular, the need for governance of Gaza, rebuilding of Gaza, no changing of the territorial lines. There is work to be done, and I appreciate the emotion and the sentiment behind the people who have spoken up tonight. And please read the book if you want to have some sense of how I feel about it.